We have a steel mill, we're not using it. We have many abandoned factories, we're not using them at all. Where are they at? China, Vietnam, Cambodia, third world countries that we pay the workers a non-living wage just to make our shoes. Well, I plan to bring all those jobs back to America, to bring a stronger lower class and middle class. A strong base of the pyramid is what America needs to come together as one.
Ms. Villa, do you think the United States should get rid of the welfare system?
I do not think the United States should get rid of the welfare system. I think when people think of welfare, they focus too many on the people that abuse it and not the people that actually need it. There's actually 3 million kids out there who need the welfare to survive, and by cutting off welfare, you're taking their only source of living income out. People are way too focused on the people that abuse it versus the people that actually need it, and I think that welfare is a very good thing if you use it correctly.
Drugs and abuse it, but I think we should put more limitations on the welfare system. For example, we could use more money or help more people who are in poverty and have children. That way, we aren't all caught up in the people who abuse it.
When people think of the welfare system in America, what do they think of? The regular deadbeat gangbanger who does drugs all the time, doesn't take care of the kids. Well, that is wrong. The main person on welfare, in my opinion, is a single mother working more than one job, trying to take care of her kids. And those are the people I want to help. Those are the people who need help. Those are the people who make America great. What we're going to do is not get rid of welfare, but we're going to make it a little bit stricter. So it's people who do need it can get it, but who don't need it and just abuse it, they can get off of it.
The welfare system is how this country runs. The majority of people on welfare are children. And in this very school, 50% of the students are living underneath the poverty line. If we remove the welfare system, what happens to these children and the people that are sitting around you right now? They won't be here. They might end up in jail because they have to fight for their own food. They have to go sell drugs because they can't have money. The problem is with welfare is people always look at the negative.
Ms. Miller, what is your view on taxes?
I believe that we should have a progressive tax. That means the richer people get taxed more based on what they get paid and what their income is every year. That way, there isn't a greater burden on the poor, and they don't keep getting dragged down because they keep having to pay the same amount of taxes that everyone across the country has to pay no matter what their income is. That way, the poor people are able to still come up because they have lower tax because of their income, and the richer people aren't being brought up even more because they get to keep more of their money.
There's only two for sure things in life: death and taxes. How are we going to combat that? Easy. Progressive taxes. Why should the 1% of America be taxed less than the 99% like us? I don't think Bill Gates should get taxed, $1 million, while a single mother of two making $30,000 should be taxed $5,000. It just isn't right. So, a progressive tax is what America needs. And that is what I will also implement on my first 100 days in the office. We're here to make America great, and how do we do that? Get more taxes.
There's nothing wrong with taxes. I mean, that's how we pay for everything, and the school is paid by taxes. The problem is the wealthy people don't pay enough taxes. When you think, okay, we're going to tax the rich people more, the problem is they have more ability to deduct their own income, so they don't pay as much taxes as they should. My plan is that we should remove some of those deductions so that the wealthy people are actually paying the taxes on the money they earn, all of it, not just the little bit they claim.
I agree with every one of my opponents. I think the United States should be ran on a progressive tax. We got to tax the rich more and tax the poor less. Because if you're taking away $1,000 from someone who makes $100,000, and you're also taking $1,000 from someone who makes $5,000, that doesn't seem fair because they're obviously losing less than the one with $100,000. If we're taxing everybody the same, then it's gonna put a bigger burden on the poor. Meaning we're not gonna have the strong middle class that we need to boost the economy and help the rich people get money, because if the poor people can't afford to buy things, big corporates won't make any money.
Mr. Shipley, should abortion be legal?
Under One America, Roe v. Wade will be overturned. Now, let me clear that up. Abortion, as it is now, it's barbaric. It really is. In One America, we are going to legalize abortion when A, the mother is going to die during pregnancy, or B, the baby is going to be born with a life-threatening illness or is going to die in the womb. Anybody else, there's always adoption.
I'm not here to tell you what to do. With your life, you are able to do whatever you want. I don't tell you to, hey, don't get a tattoo, don't do drugs, don't drink alcohol. It's not my place to tell you what to do with your own body. But I do say that after the first trimester, abortion should not be allowed unless it is detrimental to the woman's life. Because then the child is actually causing a problem with the other person's life. But in the first trimester, it's not my choice to tell you what to do with your own life.
I understand that bad things happen which cause a woman to want to get an abortion. I, however, do not think it's fair. I think abortion should be legalized, but it should be restricted. I do not believe that you should be able to get 8 abortions by the time you're 16. I think it needs to be monitored, and I think there needs to be an actual reason on why you are getting an abortion. You cannot just get an abortion just because you want to or you thought it was a mistake. That's when, as Blake said, adoption comes into play. But if you think it's a mistake, then you should have done it in the first place. I do not think abortion should be completely legal or should be restricted.
But restricted. Imagine 10 years down the road, your 8th grade daughter gets raped and she ends up getting pregnant. Do you want her to have that child? No. She could have an abortion. Then there's families in poverty who cannot afford the children that they have. So why should they have another child that they can't afford if they don't want that choice? Of course there are adoptions, and that would be a recommended setting also. Also, there are people who have medical issues, including the mother and the child.
Mr. Walls, what are your views on the legalization of marijuana?
Just I just actually clarified this in the last question. It's not my choice to tell you. Yes, THC does cause chemical damage in your body, but it's not my choice to tell you. Alcohol does the same thing. When you're high, you're not actually going to go out and rob a bank. You're not going to go attack someone like you could if you were drunk. So actually, alcohol should be more restricted than marijuana, because marijuana, you don't have a social problem with it. Most of the time, you just stay home and you stay alone, and you don't really go and cause problems in society like you can when you're doing other drugs. So marijuana is not a problem in this country like we're trying to portray it as.
Marijuana should be legal. I think it should be legal and it should have an excise tax, just like alcohol and cigarettes do. Just like you said, alcohol does more damage to your body than marijuana does. So if alcohol is legal and has an age restriction and you're able to buy it, then why shouldn't we? I think marijuana should definitely be legal.
I think marijuana should be legalized. You can legalize it, tax it, and use that money. But some people say that marijuana should not be legal because others can get addicted to it. But studies show that you can't get addicted to the actual marijuana, you just get addicted to the feeling of it. And it could be a gateway to other drugs, but if we tax it and other people who have cancer are using it for medical reasons and to make them feel better, why should we legalize it?
So, Emma, we're going to legalize legalize marijuana, but then we're not going to legalize marijuana?
I just said illegalized.
No, okay, your time is up. Now, back to my point. We're not going to legalize marijuana.
America, everyone. Don't make any contact.
We're not going to legalize marijuana. We're going to decriminalize marijuana. Now, here's the difference. It's still going to be illegal, but the government's going to turn a blind eye. There we go. One America.
Miss Dia, how would you keep jobs in America?
How would I keep jobs in America? I would keep jobs in America by investing in a domestic clean energy economy. We would be powered by solar systems for wind power, which would not only create more jobs in America, but it would also make us not rely so much on foreign oils.
To keep jobs in America, I would take people who work overtime or work more than 12 hours a day and cut their shifts. That way some more people could work for them. Also, I would eliminate machines and use people for those jobs. For example, how many of you go to the self-checkout in Walmart? There's 8 more people that could be cashiers at Walmart if we just eliminated the self-checkouts.
Mr. Lace's 4th hour class, where are you at?
Yes!
Remember, the biggest badass in history, Theodore Roosevelt. What did he do? He fought for the common man's job. He didn't fight for big business. He broke big business up. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're not going to fund a big business in America. No, we're going to start at the grassroots and work our way up. That way, people who operate big business will start from the bottom and then work their way up to the top. It's very simple. You saw the lyrics, quote it all. We started from the bottom, and now we're here.
Look at your shoes, your clothes, and maybe even your hair products. They're made in other countries, and why? Because other countries are able to pay their workers far less than an American worker. My proposal is that we create a regulated global economy in which other countries are now forced to pay the same minimum wage that we do. Then, what would happen is the shipping cost would override the production cost. So then you would have to have jobs more in America instead of shipping all of your products from another country.
Ms. Miller, should immigration laws be stricter, and what are your views on immigration?
I believe there should be stricter immigration laws. I feel that we should let in fewer immigrants each year, but we also have to keep it in our minds that our own people are suffering also. So why should we let these people in our country just to suffer when they could have it better back home?
Unlike Emma, I believe that immigration should be less strict. Let me share a story with you. This summer, my mom and sister were in a terrible accident. My sister broke her pelvis, she had to be flown to Rockford. She was hit by an illegal alien. No insurance, no driver's license. What happened? He walked off. That is not what America stands for anymore. And I vote that if you vote me into office, I will loosen legalized illegal alien laws, and that everybody can become a citizen. That way we can track them down and actually try them for what they've done.
The problem is when people think of immigration, they think of illegal aliens, when actually that's not the actual problem. The problem is people come into this country and what happens? More people are here, so that means you have to fight against them for the same job. If we just don't let more people into this country, we have a better country because more people stay where they're supposed to. And instead, now we don't have a large country full of 50 billion people.
I do not think that immigration laws should be stricter. I think immigration laws are fine. People view America, and Americans persuade their country to be land of prosperity and land of opportunity. And that's exactly what they're coming over here to do. They're coming over here to try to make a better life for them and their family. And if America's all about being a big country, then why not let people, why not help people out? Isn't that what we're all about? And then you want to just